Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're zeroing in on a really, really formidable character from Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater.
That's right.
Yeah, the upcoming remake.
Yeah.
Our mission, basically, is to pull out the most, compelling stuff about the Fury.
Quite a name.
It really is. Immediately makes you think of, intensity. Okay, let's unpack this character.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's fascinating here, right off the bat, is that code name. Infinite Rage.
Infinite Rage, wow.
It connects so directly to who they are within the Cobra unit, that elite team under the boss.
Right, the Cobras.
Exactly. So it's not just some cool sounding title. It's like their core essence. And it really comes through in their abilities and, their devastating gear.
So it's weaponized emotion, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. Right. It's not just feeling angry. It's rage turned into a functional, destructive force.
Okay, that idea, infinite rage, is powerful. But thinking about the story, does focusing so much on just one emotion, does that risk making the Fury seem a bit flat? Or is there maybe something deeper going on?
That's a really good question. And while, they are defined by this like primal fury, its impact is anything but one-dimensional.
Okay.
The sources we have suggest it's not just simple anger. It's more of a profound, almost tragic thing, maybe born from trauma, from the awful effects of war.
Okay, so linking into those bigger Metal Gear themes.
Exactly. Within the MGS universe, turning human emotion into a weapon like this, it really speaks to that recurring theme about the cost of conflict, the cost of war.
Right.
So the Fury is maybe less about personal revenge and more like this constant burning inferno inside. So
not just with rage, but actually defined by it. Consumed almost.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Consumed.
And that fits perfectly with their equipment, doesn't it? We're talking, a modified Soviet spacesuit? Fireproof?
A fireproof Soviet cosmonaut suit. Which is, a very specific and fascinating choice.
It really is. Why a cosmonaut suit?
Well, it does more than just protect from the fire, obviously. It really evokes the whole Cold War setting of Snake Eater, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
And it subtly ties the Fury into the space race, too, which was kind of another battlefield in the Cold War, a symbolic thing.
Extending conflict to the stars, sort of.
Sort of, yeah. And this suit, it's not just armor, it's got rocket boosters built in.
So they can fly.
They can fly. And then, of course, the weapon, a massive flamethrower.
Right.
And its mechanics, the way it works with area of effect damage, it means you as the player aren't just dodging a projectile.
Right.
You're constantly having to reposition, move around. The environment itself becomes dangerous.
Okay, wait. So a character fueled by infinite rage, wearing a rocket-powered spacesuit, flying around with a flamethrower. That has to completely change how you approach combat, doesn't it? Compared to typical Metal Gear stealth.
Oh, absolutely. It creates this incredibly dynamic, often really claustrophobic challenge.
But claustrophobic even with flight.
Yeah, because the areas you fight them in are often these networks of tunnels or enclosed spaces, right?
Yep.
And they fill up with fire. So the battlefield isn't just a background, it's practically part of their arsenal. Their ability to move in the air, plus the widespread of the flamethrower. It means your usual cover spots. Often useless or only temporary.
So you can't just hide and wait.
No way. Staying static is basically asking to get torched. You're not just fighting an enemy, you're navigating this constantly igniting maze. It forces you to think vertically, spatially, anticipate where the fire is going next. You often have to improvise.
Sounds intense.
It really is. I remember the first time facing the Fury, back on the original hardware, the sheer intensity of that fire, how it filled the screen, it was genuinely unnerving. You almost felt the heat.
Yeah, sounds like an encounter that really sticks with you. Okay, so if we boil it down, the Fury, defined by that core concept, infinite rage, which is maybe deepened by these themes of war's trauma.
Right.
Equipped with that very distinct fireproof Soviet cosmonaut suit, complete with rocket boosters for flight, and armed with a powerful flamethrower that literally reshapes the battlefield.
Yeah.
It's just a terrifyingly effective combination for Snake Eater.
Absolutely.
Just think about it for a second. A character literally called Infinite Rage, flying, wielding fire. The sheer destructive power.
Yeah, and this raises an important question, maybe something for you listening to think about. How does a character this specific, this evocative, designed around infinite rage, equipped with such unique, frankly, terrifying gear, how does that shape not just the boss fight itself, but the whole narrative?
Themes.
Yeah, the themes, the overall feeling of Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater, how all these very distinct pieces contribute to making that experience, facing this this force of nature so memorable? Something to consider.